Good morning, everyone coming in or everyone that will be stopping by. And if you catch the replay, I want you to hashtag replay and feel free. Please comment because I'm still waiting to see your comments and hear from you. This is Life Coaching with Karen, and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Oliver. For those of you who don't know me, I am a life purpose life coach, a health and nutrition coach, a podcaster, an entrepreneur. I am a vessel being used by the Lord. I am an intercessor. Um, and I do minister the word of God. I do share nuggets and encouragement words from the Lord as well. For those of you who don't know me, thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed to my channel. And as some of you just come on and trickle in, I'm going to start in just a little bit because I'm going to try not to be on here that long. It is 12 Eastern time, my time. And usually we are doing Monday motivations still in the afternoon. Sometimes it's early. Last week we did it at 2 o'clock p.m. Sometimes it may be 4 p.m. depending on how my schedule changes. But yes, today is Monday motivation. Today is Monday check-in. And this title, I wanted to pretty much talk about, um, exercising in our gifts and also just being firm in our lane and what we're called to do and doing what we are called to do and not worrying about what everybody else is doing, but just making sure that we stay in our lane. And so I just want you all to be encouraged on today about that. And I'm going to get started in just a minute. All right, well, I'm gonna get started. I actually just had released another video, and I actually thought that it got posted and it didn't. So that's what I was fixing. But anyway, happy Monday, you all. Hope you are off to a great start and a great beginning of this week. I'm not going to be before you long unless I have to, but I just wanted to share the importance of exercising in our gifts, exercising and staying in our lane, doing what we're called to do. And I know sometimes we get sidetracked with who's doing what. We get sidetracked about, you know, how he or she may do this and how he or she may do that. But I want to encourage you on today that it matters how you're exercising in your own gifts and how you're exercising your talents because they're two different things. Gifts and talents are two different things, and we want to make sure that we are staying in our lane and not going outside of our lane and doing other things. So we are here, and wherever you may be tuning in from, or when you catch the replay, you may be tuning in from a different time zone. Again, I just want to welcome you. And again, I want to say thank you again to all of the subscribers. We have reached over 1K, and we're looking to keep going and keep going to the top because we want to make sure that we get the word out. We want to make sure that our sisters and brothers are um, hearing advice and hearing the hope that they need to hear, um, because you never know what a person needs and you never know what a person needs to hear, and you never know the right time that a person needs to hear a message. So we're hoping, just praying that we get our message out, and we want to continue to keep growing. We want to continue to keep going. And so, again, talking about gifts and talking about talents and talking about just doing what we need to do. There's a lot of things that we have. We have a lot of desires. There is everyone has dreams. Everyone has desires that they want fulfilled. And I do believe that all of those desires and all of those dreams will come to pass if you can believe it, and if you can receive it, and if there's a burning idea, in your spirit, in your mind, and in your heart, or whatever, you have to um, run with that, and you have to write your vision down. Like the word of God says, you have to write your vision down, and you have to make it plain. And that's in Habakkuk chapter 2. Um, and we have to make sure that we are gracefully, and we got to make sure that we're praying over our gifts and talents, and we have to make sure that we are exercising in them when our gifts and talents are upon us, and when they're given to us. We have to make sure that we're not looking outside and looking at the next person and seeing what they're doing with their gifts and talents, because it's our main focus to make sure that we focus and make sure that we are doing what we need to do, and we need to make sure that we're doing what we supposed to do with our gifts and talents. And I know we have heard, we all of us, we probably have heard a lot of controversy. We've probably heard a lot of people probably in the past and even currently talking about, well, he or she um is exercising in their gift to the full capacity, and they're doing everything they need to do. And so while you're sitting there, and while you're looking at someone else and looking at them and looking at how they are progressing and how they're running with their gifts and talents, you need to do the same as well. You don't need to focus on them, and you want to congratulate people, and you want to applaud people for exercising in their gifts and talents. But if you have not done the very first thing, and then that means that you need to turn your focus on to begin to exercise in your gifts and talents, because having a gift and or having a talent doesn't mean that it's just like purpose. That don't mean because it's a part of your purpose anyway. So that doesn't mean that you just stop there. That doesn't mean that you say, oh well, I'm gonna do this for a couple days, or I'm gonna do this for a couple months, and then I'll just pick it back up later. And your gifts will make room for you. You don't have to look at everybody else, and you don't have to wonder why did they did this and why did they did that, because your gifts will make room for you. And that's also too in the word of God. You don't have to worry about, well, how I'm gonna get there. You just need to trust, if the gift and talent was given to you, and as you make the first step, and as you continue to keep moving and exercising in your gifts and talents, everything that's going to be revealed is going to be revealed. Everything that is going to turn out is going to turn out the way that it's supposed to turn out. And I was actually talking about studying and talking about gifts and talents in my quiet time on yesterday. And I wanted to share this with you all today. And I said, I know that we have opinions. It's okay for us to have opinions. It's okay for us to listen to others. It is okay for others to listen to us. And it's okay for someone to give us opinions. And it's okay for us to give others opinions, because we all have an opinion. And that doesn't mean that we're going to always agree with everything, but we can take time to sit down and listen to each other about, what I'm saying, their gifts or talents, about, you know, um, anything that they would like to share. Say that you're sharing an opinion with someone else concerning something or concerning a situation. That's fine, because you both have opinions. But at the end of the day, your gift and talents is not their gift and talents. Their gift and talents is not your gift and talents. And you have to be mindful about staying in your lane. We all have to be mindful about staying in our lane and doing what the Lord called us to do, doing what we need to do, even in the natural. That's just like for A lot of us, or for some of us who still works in the corporate world, while building a business or while being an entrepreneur, um, we still have to abide we still have to abide by the things that we need to abide by on our job. um, as an entrepreneur in building businesses, um, hey, you have a idea, you have a purpose. As an entrepreneur, that means I have to stay in my lane. As an entrepreneur, I have to stay in my lane as a mother. We are all mothers and fathers, and we have to stay in our lane as far as how we teach our kids, how we train our kids. And we know that, and I'm using examples now, lifestyle examples. We know that other parents teach their children different ways. But that don't mean Karen or anybody else can bash or talk about that other parent because they are teaching or training their child um, in different the way that you train your child. Your focus as a parent is to train your child in the household and to train their child and to train your child in your morals and in your values and what you stand for. And they do the same, but we shouldn't look over there and be like, I can't believe, because some of us have done that. And we'll say, we have said before, well, I can't believe that they're being taught that. I can't believe he or she talked to somebody this way. And to be honest, we can train our children in different ways in our own households or whatever, but that don't mean that a child may not say things, or that don't mean a child may not try things. It's who just like a baby, I would say when babies start crawling around, maybe what, 7 or 8 months, and some babies even crawl around what, maybe 6 months. And the baby is getting to a point where they're pulling up on things. Like my daughter, Micaiah, which is now 15, she started walking at 8 months old. And she was going on 9 months, but she actually started pulling up and standing up at 6 and 7 months, and she started walking at 8 months. And but before she started learning how to walk on her own, she was going pulling things out of socket like most baby do's. They see things because they are getting older, so they're like, oh, they're curious, they want to know what things are. What's this? Let me see if I can get away with this. That's just like with kids who even get older, when they grow from toddlers to sub-teens to teenagers to young adults. They want to try things, and they may try you, but then they're going to turn around and be like, wait a minute, I know my mom and dad is not going to go for that, but I'm going to try. But then when they see that they get disciplined, they'll be like, okay, but I already knew that my parents wasn't going for that because they didn't raise me that way. And that what I'm saying is that they know, because they know the way that their parents, they know their parents' standards, they know their parents' values. But what I'm saying is that it's not our job to go outside of our home and try to go in somebody else's home and try to tell them what to do. That's just an example that I am giving. And so it always correlates back. It kind of correlates back to just like our gifts and talents that was given to us. I can't go over there and try to exercise in your gift that you were destined with, the gift that was given to you. I can't try to exercise in your gift because that is not my gift. And so it's important for us to stay in our lane. It's important to us to focus and grow, because we also got to continue to grow in our gifts and talents. We got to continue to grow so we can continue to exercise in them and exercise in them to the full capacity. And so, like I said, when I was studying yesterday, it was very profound, and it hit home. And just like me, and I don't know, maybe some of you all have, but I have studied about gifts, different gifts and different talents before. I have studied on that. And every word should speak to you, like your gifts and talents. Like I said, because it's your purpose and it's a part of your purpose, it should speak to you. And we should only be staying When it comes to our gifts and talents, we should only be staying in our circle when it comes to our our own gifts and talents that was given to us, or the gifts and talents that has grown upon us, instead of trying to go next door and try to get somebody else's gift. It's just like trying to tell, like I said, it's just like trying to tell somebody how to raise their child. It's just like trying to tell somebody how to do their job that they were hired for and that they applied for. Different people on jobs in the corporate world are hired for certain roles because they have the expertise, they trained, they're very good at it. Um, it's just their gift naturally, and they see that they are a good fit for that role. And where they are a good fit for that role, you are a good fit for another role because you have trained in that area and you know how to do that job well to the best of your ability. They can trust you with that role. Your integrity shows. And so just like you have a specific role, it's like neither person can come into each other's positions in the corporate world or on a job and say, hey, let me see if I can apply for that role. I want to do that role too. And then it's just like the person saying, well, I want to do your role. And it doesn't work like that. And so what I'm saying is, we need to stay in our own perimeter. We need to stay in our own lane, and we need to exercise in our gifts and talents. We need to exercise in our own purpose because everybody has a purpose, everybody has a gift, and everybody has a talent. And I know sometimes I've heard people say, and I've even heard some clients say, well, I don't think I know my gift. I don't think I know my talent. I really don't even really think I know what my purpose is. And then that means you have to do some more soul searching. And sometimes, most times, we really do know. We're just ignoring the fact of it. And that's when we need guidance. That's when we need mentoring. That's when we need counseling or coaching. And we need help on that, especially if we don't understand, especially if we don't know or recognize that we have a gift or talent, or that we, um, especially if we, and also especially if we don't recognize that we really do have a purpose for our lives. And that's when we, like I said, we really need to do soul searching, and you need to seek out um, coaches or mentors that can help guide you. And so, you all, um, thank you for tuning in. If you came through, or when you catch the replay, please hashtag replay. Please leave your comments. I definitely want to hear from you. And that is your motivation for today. And also, I may come back on, if not today, later on through the week. You never know because there's always videos released. And please feel free to leave your feedback. I want to hear from you, and I want to hear from basically what you need to hear, what advice that you need. So again, I will talk to you soon. And until then, see you later. Bye.